back at that crazy, overgrown, abandoned airport in New Mexico. Apparently it's due west of Albuquerque. I added a toy to the plane. I was not aware that Simcoders Realistic Expansion Pack was updated for this version, the 1.1 Bonanza. And I bought it, and now I'm back into the Realistic Expansion, the REP package, and it makes a huge difference. But forewarning, if you're keeping track of your Hobbs timer, your hour meter, kind of like a proof of ownership, when you get it, it resets it. I went through complete chaos yesterday figuring out the codes and getting it to change and get it back to where it was at 230 hours when we landed. It's probably going to be a very long hour because it's not exactly accurate. It's not measuring in the tenths, but it's close enough. So this is going to be fun. A little flight that I took to get it back. Best I could get it was within an hour, so I took it for a little flight and got that last hour clicked off, so it's back at 230 hours. And the difference is amazing. One, we get all this little stuff over here. We get a little knee board here with our checklists. Pretty fun. Startup procedures, taxiing. It's not exactly accurate and it's missing quite a few things. Gives you reference charts, just quick reference so you can see maneuvering speeds and whatnot, normal operations, and emergency procedures speeds. So that's kind of neat. And you can adjust your weight and balances right here. Matter of fact, I need to adjust it because I got something great taking place. You probably see this up here. I could do a full walk around of the plane and actually check things out. So let's just go ahead and do this. We want to do pre-flight. So pre-flight, let's do our lights checks. Yeah, the POH is somewhere. It's on my computer. Park brake is set. Avionics switch is off, but it won't let me move. Well, I can move this. Okay, yes, it's off. Okay, landing gear is down. Master switch on. That's the alternator. This angle is really annoying. Alright, let's do the lights check. Let's toggle all the lights on. Let's go next. The beacon's working. Looks like the baggage door is closed. That light's working. Left wing tip. It's strobing. I'm sure the nav light's on. It's not showing it. And same with the landing lights. That's interesting. It's not showing them. It's showing the strobe on this side. Alright, let's toggle those off. For whatever reason, you go to post-flight to do everything. So, oh, wait a minute. Let's go back to pre-flight. Let's turn on the pitot heat. Oh my gosh. I can't zoom in on it enough. That's going to be one of those two. Okay, so while that's on, okay, I can take the pitot tube cover off and see it's giving the indicator that it's warming up, so the pitot heat is working. That's great. Let's go to the next one. Let's get rid of the tie down on the tail. Everything looks good back here. Let's get rid of this tie down on the wing. Let's get rid of these chocks. Let's get rid of the engine covers. Let's get rid of those chocks. Let's get rid of that tie down. And for whatever reason, why is it not doing that? That is interesting. Let's go back and walk around. Let's go next. Pre-flight. Next. Low voltage on, landing lights. Turn that pitot heat off. We already know it's working. Landing gear, fuel quantities, flaps full down. Trim neutral, switch off. Damn things. Baggage compartment door closed. Now it's open. Static pressure button unobstructed. Elevator service check. Emergency locator transmitter right there. Let's check. Keep press. Yep. They look like they're working. That's pretty neat. Let's check the rudder. Yep. Looks like it's working. Don't need the tie down. Cabin air intake unobstructed. Antennas. Can't see them in this picture, but I'm sure they're just fine. Check the left flap. Looks good. Aileron. Looks good. Don't need the tie down. It's gone. That covers off. Fuel's full and blue. 40 gallons. 35 gallons. Don't need the chocks. Tires look okay. Tire status is fine. Oil. Here we go. So now we got an issue. We're low on oil. And that was something I noticed on the last flight, is my oil pressure is very low. So I'm thinking the realistic expansion pack has, the oil in here is too thin for the weather we're flying in. Propeller's good. Landing taxi lights, air induction. We're good. Again, this tire, it looks fine. It has a little wear, but all it's good. Same with the fuel quantity over here. Right aileron is fine. Right flap is fine, and we're finished. Turn that on, do this. Okay, turn that off. Now then, let's go to the maintenance report. Cylinders are showing some wear, 74 of 80s, and these are my compression, which is according for 230 miles. Oil fluid, 10.4, and these are refill. I'm thinking 50 weight oil for the temperature, because right now it's, well, no, it says it has 50 in it. That's an issue, because we had really low oil pressure, but we'll go ahead and refill the oil. Oil pump's okay, fuel pump's okay, fuel filters are clean, spark plug type is massive, valves more, or we could use fine wire. Let's use fine wire, why not? Plug tips are clean, starter's okay, vacuum pump's okay. Factory injectors in use, and it suggests we use tuned injectors. Factory exhaust is in use, says use tuned exhaust. I'm not too sure about any of that, we'll leave that alone. This is for preheater, we don't need that. We don't have a winterization kit mounted right now. Current charge is 362 of 370 max. The battery is connected, obviously, because we just had the power on. GPS, radios, navs, ADS, transponder, marker, autopilots all report okay. Air speeds, everything is okay. Struts are okay. Tires shown somewhere. Right tire somewhere. Steer tire somewhere. Normal. Actuators and discs somewhere on the brakes. FS Economy. I'm not part of FS Economy. I don't know what this is. This is new to me, guys. The special stream manages quotation. Once you select fixes, changes, make the tab quotation. Scroll previous. Current balance down to the bank logs. It's empty. The status of the current delivery is saved in a separate file. Will be restored if you enable again when you reset your career. I might mess with that later, but I'm going to disable that for now. Alright. Anyhow, yeah, it has a bunch of little cool little things, including you could hook onto it and you could actually have to release the brakes for it to work, but you could actually pull it, give it a tow. It doesn't tow very easy. It's a heavy son of a gun. Of course, it's one human power right now. So, that's kind of fun. Alrighty. Now then. Let's get a battery on. Let's get our avionics on. going to show you this mission. This is the one I chose. It's going to 05 or 05V, and this is east of Alamosa, Colorado. I wasn't aware that we were this close, but they want us to fly over Albuquerque, New Mexico, so we're going to be flying out of here, flying due west, just kind of go over the city, and then we'll head directly north to this airport to deliver these 3 policemen. The interesting thing about 50V is it's near Alamosa, Colorado, and the real 5690 Foxtrot was a 1942 Aircoupe, I believe, that my father owned many years ago, over 40 years ago. In Rawlins, Wyoming, he crashed that plane. Motor locked up, and he landed short of the runway. It was very minor, but a gopher hole knocked the front landing gear, the nose gear out, and put it up on its nose. He rebuilt the motor, rebuilt the plane, did everything according to the FAA, and got its airworthy back, and it's flying again. I'm gonna need another chart. I'll have to look at my map, but just of this 05V. When I was looking at Sky Vector, the landing strip, the private runway where the real 5690 Foxtrot crashed for the second time in 2016 and was completely totaled, is just a couple miles from where we're going to be landing here, so that's kind of interesting. I need to find the right chart, and then I'll show you guys. So it looks like I need to load Denver chart. Okay. Sorry guys. This is going to be a longer than normal video because I'm going to be sitting here talking, reminiscing, I guess. Looks like, okay, that's Taos. Here's Alamosa, Fort Garland. Okay, so 05V is this right here. Right there, Blanca 05V. The private Las Arenas, this is where the real 5690 crashed. I was just sitting here looking, I was like, wait a minute, Alamosa, and then it clicked on me. You got the main highway right here, 289, that goes into Alamosa, and right at this corner, right here, there's a private airstrip. So that's kind of interesting. So I'm definitely going to be eyeballing that when we get there. But regardless, let's get back on this other Albuquerque section and get ourselves ready to get out of here. So we're going to be taking off. We're going to come around. We're going to come out this way, cross the VOR, and straight into Albuquerque. We're going to try to be above 9,500 feet because it's Bravo airspace. So as long as we're above 9,400 feet or below 7,800 feet in this section, we're legal without interfering. But we'll be flying right over the center of the airport, so we need to stay at surface to 9,400 feet is their airspace. So as long as we're over 9,400 feet, we're fine. But we're just going to fly right over the top of them to their VOR, and then we're going to cut it to the northeast, and we're going to head out. But this Victor Airway makes a bend right here, but we're just going to turn and head straight for this VOR and be gone. So let's, I got it on another page that you all can't see, but I'm going to go ahead and start putting stuff in. Let's see, I need to adjust my weights, 427 pounds. I need to make sure I get my weights and balances right because with this reality expansion pack, it's very picky. These are some light cops. We're just going to call them all the same weight at 142 pounds each. I don't really buy that. Alright, weights and balance. So that's me, so we'll call it 143. Nope, that's not going to work. 143. 143, 143. Okay. Our weights are still good. We're not full. We're just under full. Max is 40. We're at 35 gallons on each tank, which is plenty. Flight time, we're anticipating, call it 120 minutes flight time, 2 hours, just to be safe. We're going to be cruising at 14 gallons an hour. Takeoff weight and balance is out of limits. Okay, see? We're too heavy to take off. So literally we have to reduce our fuel. So let's take 10 gallons out and see what happens. Just. And this is going to be interesting because we're on a runway that is overgrown. There's this last little bit here that we landed on. This is going to be interesting. I guess we might have to pretend that the trees are not there and they don't actually cause damage to the airplane. Okay, takeoff center of gravity 85.16 inches. I still wish I knew what that was all about. I really need to learn that. So we're going to apply that. Oosh, you can see the plane shift and start moving around. Oh, and roll away. Come on, brakes. Always set your parking brakes. Okay, let's get this set up. Flight plan. Menu. Delete flight plan. We want to go to 05V, 05V. 0. V. Okay, accept. Now then. Our first VOR. Whoop, I need to zoom out of that. I'm on another page that you guys can't see right now, so we're going to go to the OTO 114.0. Nope, wrong button, like always. OTO, enter, and that is 114.0. We're going to put that in the secondary. 114.0. Okay. The next one is Albuquerque, which is ABQ at 113.2. 113.2. Okay. And we want ABQ. Oh, come on. ABQ. Following ABQ is Santa Fe, SAF. And that is 110.6. 110.6. So we'll bring this one in. 110.6. Actually, I should be doing it to this one. Let's see, we got Albuquerque, so we got this one. That's first, second. Okay, yeah, 110.6 here. Okay, that's ready. Okay, and it is, what did I say, SAF? Yes, SAF. Sorry if I'm boring you guys. I don't blame any of you for fast forwarding. Normally I have this stuff set up, but I wanted to talk a little bit about that airport in Colorado. SAF. Okay, after SAF, the Santa Fe VOR, we're going to fly to the Taos. TAS. And I've already got all my frequencies dialed in, so TAS. Accept. And after TAS, we got Alamosa, ALS. There it is. Accept, and then I don't think there is any. Yeah, there is none. It's all VFR. So, all right. So there we are. We're set up with that. We got our frequencies tuned in. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good, people. Avi tab. 118.05. Let's get 118.05. Let's get our weather. You know what we could be doing? You know, let's not do our weather just yet. Let's go ahead and stop. Let's get this plane fired up for starters. Alright, so let's kill the navigation. Prop RPM max, fuel mixture rich, throttle full. Trim 0, cowl flaps open, parking brakes set, beacons on. Select our fullest tank. They're equal. Alternator comes on. Open the side window. Check the area. Doesn't look like anybody's roaming. Okay, we're going to prime the fuel system. This is last video I said that when you do this, it just comes straight up with the realistic expansion pack. It shows it crawling up and then peaking. Yeah, well, here we're about to see it. So we turn on the fuel pump to prime the system, and when it peaks, we turn it off. So here we go. Boy, that went a long ways, and that's a peak. Okay, close the throttle. Crack the throttle open. Beacon is on. Scream clear the prop for everybody that might be around. Thankfully there's nobody. Parking brake is set once again. Fire in the hole. Notice it sounds different too. The starter sounds different. Charge, oil pressure. Let's close that, get rid of the wind sound. There's all kinds of different sounds. A lot of different wind sound, noises, rattles, and squeaks. Turn our transponder on to standby. Oil pressure's good, amps are good. Temperatures will be coming up, vacuum air is good. We'll set our ground radar 200. And let's get our ATIS. 118.05. Nothing. Why is there nothing? 118.05. 118.05. Huh. We have no ATIS. Well, let's see. Maybe it's a bad frequency on the X-plane side. Details. It doesn't even say. Okay, 3023. This is what we're going to go with. Sky's clear. Visibility more 10. Winds 10 at 0 at 18. Oh, winds 100 at 8. That wraparound, I'm confused which way it's reading. This is going to be an interesting takeoff. Let's just call it that. It's a 3023. Alright, 3023 it is. That's a big change. Cross it over. Alright. So we're going to depart, and then we're just going to track the VOR 114.0, which will be our secondary. Since this open needle, we're and track that one, and then we'll leave on the radial of 255. So we're going to set this up right now. 255, somewhere right about there. We'll adjust this for runway heading once we take off. Alright, so there's that. We're going to fly out at 10,000 feet. Because we got a lot of mountainous terrains. We may have to circle around the VOR right near us to get to altitude. And then I wanted to look. We're going slightly to the east. We need to go 11. I'm not going to go any higher than that. We're just going to call 600 foot per minute descend. Alright, yaw dampener still trim. We got a lot of people, so we're going to do 4 up. These lights on? Yeah, of course they're on. Always on. Dang, those lights. Weight and balances are adjusted for squawk. Frequencies are set. We're not using any of these. Vacuum's good. Engine temp and oil temp's coming up. Still got good oil pressure, good amps. Altimeters are set. Radar set. Fuses in correct. 3 green, gears down. Emergency alarm works. Static gears closed. Fuel pumps off. Full flaps. They are working. We've already checked the flight surfaces on the outside. Make sure they work on the inside. We seem to be working on the inside as well. And I got a phone call. Of course I do. Pardon. Okay, now the phone is turned off. I'll clip that part out. Alright, so let's go ahead and... Dang, I don't even see a windsock around here. We'll taxi down through the brush to right here, but literally the only open part of the runway was right here. We are not going to be able to do that. This runway didn't exist. That I saw when we landed. Let's get a bird's eye view real quick. We'll just claim that we went and walked around the airport to see what we could see. Yeah. Okay, that runway is open. That's where we're going to take off. We're going to taxi down, and we're going to take off on that one because there's nothing on it. And I still don't see a windsock. Does anybody see a windsock? I do not see a windsock. Overgrown runway. This is just crazy. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to taxi down. We're going to take off out this direction. That's a nice long runway. So despite what the winds are doing, we're going to have plenty of time to get our butt up in the air. Wonderful. Alright, let's get our nav lights, taxi lights. Release the brakes. Are the brakes working? Brakes are working. Alright, here we go. Maybe. Try not to hit the tree in the middle of the ramp. Looks like we're going to trim a bush. dodging. Wait a minute. Yeah, I just hit that bush, I know. I'm gonna hit all of them, actually. Oh, slow down, plane. Whoa. Hey, what's going on? Slow down. Wow, this expansion pack, the plane reacts entirely different to all inputs. That's going to take me a minute to get used to. Alright. That was terrifying. We still have our wings. Okay. This is going to be a train wreck, everybody. I apologize in advance. It's an entirely different aircraft now. Everything handles way different. I still don't see a windsock. No ATIS, no windsock. This is not a fun airport. I don't believe I'll return. Just something tells me. Runway 1836, okay. Is this it? No. Maybe. Yeah, this is where we cross. Nobody's coming. Well, I hope not, because I'm coming. Okay, hey, look, a windsock. We'll actually be taking off in almost the right direction. We're just going to line up, do our run-up real quick, and then we'll be gone. We are going to go 15 degrees flap. Square. Okay. Set the brake. Brake is set. Turn our strobe lights just for because we're here. Get our landing line, taxi. Do a run up real quick. Let's cycle the prop. Yep. Time. Okay. Prop max RPM, fuel mixture full rich. Let's check our mags. Right mag. It dropped. It recovered. Left mag. It dropped. It recovered. Temperatures are good. Let's go ahead and... Well, we need to leave that open for takeoff anyways. Like, go of it. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn the squawk on. Instruments are set. Frequencies are dialed in. Vacuum's good. We're on the fullest tank. Temperatures are great. Radar set. We have a game plan. We're at 6,200 feet. We're going up to 11,000 feet. We're going to fly over Albuquerque, which is directly that way. Just over that mountain. And then we're going to head north into Colorado. Okay. Now then, this is going to be fun. I had an issue setting takeoff power when I took it for its test flight, and to get that 1 hour clicked back on, so I don't know what's going to happen. Regardless, here we go. I'm going to bring it up to full power and then get going. Alright, let's go. Hard right rudder to keep this thing going. Airspeed's alive. And she wants to fly. Inadvertently, she wants to fly. I wasn't ready for her to fly. We are not climbing. What What is going on? Come on. Get that speed up. There's something taking place that I am unaware of. I'm not putting that gear up because we do not have positive rate. Come on. 75 knots. Why did it take off so soon? What is going on here? This is very interesting. It literally feels like something's broken. We are not flying straight. I'm not even climbing. We're not getting any airspeed. Flaps are up. The gears are up. This is entirely terrifying, everybody. I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. No clue what I'm doing wrong. Not... Right now I'm not on any certain path. I'm just trying to... Are the winds this bad? Is that what's going on? A 10-knot wind should not be affecting the plane this severe. Let's go ahead and head towards the... Dang. Head towards this other VOR. We'll kind of get on course a little bit. Doing wrong? Is it because we're just that heavy? The airport we just left. How we left, I don't know. That should have been an aborted takeoff. 95 knots. We can climb out at 95 knots. Tell you what, having ATIS would have been really, really nice, wouldn't it? Let's see if we can't pick up Albuquerque.
Albuquerque INTL Sunport Information Tango. 1200 Zulu weather. Wind 100 at 18 gust 23, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature
18
13.
Gusting to 23, yeah, we should not be flying.
Altimeter 3022. Arriving runways 08, 03, 12. Departing runways 08, 12. Advise on initial contact you have Tango.
Our speed's coming up. Yes, I'm still hand flying it for now. Looks like it's coming down on us on our directional, so we'll begin to intercept it, get on a 30-degree angle or so to intercept the course. Dang, I can't stay orientated. I can't do anything correct right now. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sure this is horribly embarrassing. Any of you are real pilots watching this, I'm sure you're just laughing really hard at me, calling me a dummy and telling me I should have just stayed on the ground, not done it. It is my fault. I did not have enough information to successfully plan my flight and actually do any good. Somehow, by a grace of God, we're in the air. I don't know why, but we are. One problem is we gotta get up to 9,500 feet before that ridge in front of us. Look at that. Sudden blast of power. Could that have been my issue the entire long? I had the incorrect air-fuel mixture. I'll be dang. There you go. Sorry, everybody. Didn't mean to clear my throat in your ear. 9,500 feet. Okay, we are clear of the Bravo airspace for Albuquerque. And weather update. Wow, that was violent.
Albuquerque INTL Sunport Information Uniform. 1300 Zulu weather. Wind shear alert. Wind 020 at 18 gust 29.
Yeah.
Visibility more than 10.
Should have never flown.
Sky clear. Temperature 14, dew point 3. Altimeter 3020. Arriving runways 08, 03, 12. Departing runways 08.
Sorry about that. If you heard an explosion in the background, I have an unruly cat that is about to be thrown out the door. Stabilize the plane a little bit. The autopilot taking for half a second while I try to figure out what I'm doing here. I was definitely not as prepared to fly as I thought I was. We're almost up to altitude. Sure doesn't seem like it, but we are. Airspeed is dropping off rapidly, so we'll cut this back. right. Give me what I'm looking for. It's moving along. Sure looked like it froze for a second. Not quite on the magenta, but whatever. We're in the ballpark. We're gonna fly the needle now. Swear to God, the game is freezing up. Okay, 11,000. We're leveling off. Landing lights off. We're gonna leave the cowl flaps open because it's pretty warm under the hood. The oil pressure back down to nothing. Well, they're not quite open. We'll open them up a little bit more. Alright, cruise speed is coming into play now. Good. RPM, full throttle. 14 gallons an hour. See what that does for us. Selector switch every 20 minutes. Alright. Cruising 11,000. We're not making very good headway. We got a lot of winds. There's Albuquerque. I did not realize we were that close, but yeah, we're going to fly right over there at International Airport. Right over the VOR to downtown Albuquerque. Get on out of here. As you can see, it wants us to do that. Course 272, though. I don't think that's actually going to adjust. So I don't think if we turn for that, it'll do us any good right now. Of course, it's not much of a turn. It's just right here. This peak is just above us. The approach for landing at this international airport is interesting. This big bowl of a valley. You fly over it, then you have to make a circle through it, the entire thing, and you literally land. As you're coming in with the lineup, you're literally still in a turn, and you just barely get straight enough to land on the runways. They do have this one coming in this direction, but this cross one and this one, I believe, are the primary used. I flew into it once on this game, and it was I had no idea what the approach was. I didn't have any charts. I didn't have nothing, so I was completely confused when the X-Plane's ATC was vectoring me in a circle away from the airport and around the mountain line. I was like, what is wrong with you? This thing's broken. Been watching other YouTube channels on X-Plane 11. And that's the way it is. They bring you in on a circle, they circle you and land you. You enter right at this VOR like we're flying, and then you begin the turn to land. Alright, so give me my tab. Let me put that on a hotkey. So we're about to get to there. Next VOR, Santa Fe 110.6. 110.6. So let's go ahead and put up 110.6 on. Let's see, because there's a bend in the path, so right here, there's a bend. So we're going to be departing Albuquerque, 023 heading. Okay. Intercept that VOR on the 23 outbound. Okay. Man, that's telling me we're almost to that one. Oh no, we need this VOR still. What am I talking about? Because we got to be leaving this one on the 023. Slow flight with full load like this. Yep. Welcome to Albuquerque. Truth or Consequences, I believe this is it down here in this vicinity. No, it's actually way down there towards the southern end. You wouldn't even see it from here. On a tower kick looking for towers for VFR reference, but there it is right there. Just spotted it. There's the VOR. Okay. That's what we're aiming for. Let's do a very tight 180 and then get out of there. I think we might just vector ourselves. Say course 300. I think we're just going to go ahead and do the vector ourselves and just come over and intercept right now, because that's actually what this is saying. It wants us to go that way. So no sense going to that VOR for no reason. So let's go ahead and make the turn and intercept the outbound and be on our way. Okay, target reached. So they gave us a little XP with the mission generator. Not that it does any good at all. So now we'll just intercept this line and get ourselves on a little bit more of a acceptable angle of attack to cross it. Better. Yes, we'll be leaving Albuquerque VOR on a 023 heading. And then we'll intercept this VOR on a 223 outbound. 232. So that's heading 052 for us at it. So once we get on this outbound, we'll go to heading, and then when we intercept this, we'll make that turn. 052, okay. I'll remember everything. That looks like 023 to me. That's 025, so yeah. I'll say that's pretty dang close. And we'll head off that way. Looks like it's about to start moving. Looks like it's floating. Okay, I'm seeing things. Temperature's good, fuel good. We're on the right tank. We're on the right tank. Vacuum good, EGT's good, fuel flow's good, RPM's good, radios are good. 3020. Set this just as a cross-reference. We're going to want 023. Oh, this is the secondary though. 052, what I'm talking about. About there. Okay. Okay, our return's coming up. We're about to catch it. We're gonna be just about right on top of it, aren't we? Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. I think that was the best turn and intercept I've ever made. We're not even close to being on the right course though. Just a little bit more to the right. Okay, so now with this next one, we want to intercept it at 053. We're going to it. It's actually going to be about right there. And we're going to ballpark. That's what matters. You can see the... Yeah, that was worth it, not having to do that. So once we catch this radial, that's when we'll turn and head that way. And as you can see, it's starting to move on us already. Too busy looking at the dashboard and not looking at all the pretty boring sagebrush. I'm sorry, I grew up around sagebrush, so it doesn't impress me at all. It's very boring. Close to our turn. 053 heading to intercepted. 052 heading to intercept the... Whoa, I'm already past it. 223. If I'm already past... Oh, that's right, this isn't calibrated. Nope, we're there though. Five two 055. Look at that. 057. Alright, so with that one down, let's go here. We're not on the path, but we're getting there. Oh, do I need to go to the next chart? Yes, I do. So we're on there. Alright, I'm going to go to my cheating one. Our frequency is 117.6. Hey, you can feel it. Alright, 117.6. Actually managed to be up in the air, especially with how sketchy that departure was. Why has that not clicked? We haven't been in the air for an hour, that's why it hasn't clicked. I'm going to put my times on just so I can see it. Yeah, okay. It's getting close. Even though the desert's boring and plain like that, that is kind of pretty to look at. For being a 11,000 feet, it feels like we're barely off the ground. To the Santa Fe VOR, and then we'll turn north. It just seems like it's running hotter than it should. For 50 weight oil, it shouldn't have that low of oil pressure, in my opinion. Let's see what happens. Out. Can we see the VOR? Right there. That is the nice thing about the desert, is you could actually spot those things. A bunch of trees and whatnot, you'll never see them. Okay, well, closing the cowl flaps didn't make any difference in temperatures. Yeah, maybe a little less on the cylinder. I wonder if there's a particular reason behind that. I was under the impression that you open them and allow more air through the motor to cool. Guess I was wrong. All a learning curve.
Albuquerque INTL Sunport Information Uniform. 1300 Zulu
Oh,
weather.
you're not the one I want.
Wind.
Where am I? Come on. I see an airport off to my left. Santa Fe. 128.55. 128.55.
Santa Fe Muni Information Uniform. 1300 Zulu weather. Wind shear alert. Wind 020 at 18 gust 29. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 12. Dew point 3. Altimeter 3020. Arriving runway 02. Departing runway 02. Advise on initial contact. You have uniform.
I have uniform. I don't know if I feel special or not. I keep saying wind shear with heavy winds, but not feeling it up here. I guess that's definitely affect us near the ground like it did when we took off. Again, never should have took off. It's 2 videos now that I should have never taken off. One of these days I'm going to learn my lesson. About to make our turn. Heading. And let's switch. Heading 350 hard to get set. There. Pretty close. We'll be off of the line a little bit, but oh well. Close enough. At least they got plenty of options no matter which way the wind's blowing. Love that road that goes right through it. Auto-gen roads are so annoying. Learn more about this because it also has nearest airport features and stuff like that, but I can't off the top of my head think of how to access it. That's why I was kind of poking with it. Temperatures are still, well, it's a little over 200 now. I don't know about that. 175 knots. Man, we're getting it. Is that serious? It is. 175 knot ground speed. Okay, we're getting it done now. Did it click? Hey, it clicked. Alright, I can turn this off. That means it's working correctly. Alright. 40 frames per second. That's not so good. Looks like we have a little bit of rain right here. A little precipitation. Microburst. They said wind shears in effect, so maybe that's what that is. Or there's a wildfire here, and this is what it's mimicking, is a wildfire. I don't know. Does anybody know if there's wildfires north of Santa Fe right now? There's like one here, one there, one right over this ridge. Check Sky Vector to see if there's a TAF. No TAFs, no stigments, it's not reporting turbulence, no icing, and there's mountain obstructions, but that doesn't surprise me. What about pilot reports? No pilot reports. Well, yeah, those look like, that looks like smoke from wildfires. I bet that's what that's trying to mimic. But there is no flight restrictions in place right now, so that is definitely on the ground.
Los Alamos weather. Wind shear alert. Wind 020 F17 gust 27, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 9, dew point 2. Altimeter 3021.
That'll be the last one on this chart. Turn that off. We got one tower that's going to be to our left. Just past this airfield E14. Yeah, we'll go ahead and switch over to the Denver chart now. Always use the wrong button. Oh, look at that. It overlapped just. How handy. On 32975. Let's get that ready. 32975. There. I'll be ready when we get a little. We could actually probably pick it up about now, but we'll wait till we get a little closer to this VOR and then we'll check it. Yeah, these are wildfire smoke. That makes for a problem. This is why our instruments are set. This was not expected. Even when you listen to the weather, it's not expected. And when all of a sudden we're going to be in zero visibility. Even if you're not certified to use them, they'll give you a pretty good reference. Just don't rely on them if you're not certified. I imagine this would be the point where you would call traffic control and request a pop-up IFR because conditions are deteriorating faster than you can do anything about, although we could turn around and land. And then they give you a squawk code, flight plan, and guide you through the mess. At least that's my understanding. Down too. If the temperature that low, my temperatures are that high. I don't know about that. That's it. Scenery's over with. Less to see, but more for it to draw, so it kills your FPS. Oh wait a minute, I know how to fix this. Wow. It's not going to fix it. This is just what we're stuck at. Okay. Sim mode 20. Yeah, no. Leave it on auto mode, see what happens. kind of surfing right on top of the smoke. Hope there's nothing going to pop up. No obstacles pop up. Hey, look at that. We're almost on the path. We're actually getting close enough. Let's go ahead and listen.
Taos Regal weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility 10.
Now it's light and variable.
Sky conditions 1200 broken. Temperature 2.2. Altimeter 3032.
3.2. That's a big change.
Taos Regal weather. Wind light and variable. Visibility 10. Sky conditions 1200 broken.
Yeah, looks like we're getting out of the smoke now, maybe. Something to look at. This flight's going pretty quick. Let's cross that VOR, we go to the Alamosa. Make the right turn. Oops. I'm missing something. Oh, that's Pueblo. What am I missing? Where am I? Okay, I just zoomed in incorrectly. Okay, there's Alamosa. There's the airport. That's where we're landing. And that's where the real 5690 Foxtrot crashed. Wow, FPS is dying here. Doing it. Okay, so let's get this frequency in. Here we are. This 113.9 should be next on the line. 113.9, ready to go. Yeah, for the Oculus Rift I do VR, but for some reason I can't record in VR with this programs I'm using. But that whole setup for VR for the Oculus Rift, that VIM tick and OBS settings, for whatever reason, saved this game in its entirety and gave me enough frames per second to where I could actually enjoy it and do things with it. Most of the time in 50s. Whereas before, without VR, I was lucky to get 25 to 30 frames per second. And if I got around any sort of congested areas, 4 or 5 frames per second, game crash, and I couldn't even use my VR. Just by adding that program, it instantly boosted me up towards 50, and I could use my Oculus and still get 40 frames per second. Although right now, with whatever's dragging on it, if I was to be on VR, I doubt I'd have 15 frames per second. I think it would kill it. I wasn't even paying attention. We crossed right over the VOR. Whoops. So that's the Alamosa VOR. That's our last one. We're going to depart it. That's not going to do me good. Give me this one here. I need my charts. There we go. That's the chart. Depart on a 061. I think we can do that. Sounds easy enough. About that, it's close enough. Maybe that was the issue on takeoff. Even though I adjusted the weights and balances, I still probably shouldn't have taken off at my maximum weight. Should have probably reduced the fuel and actually calculated out exactly how much fuel I needed. That way it wouldn't have been too big of an issue. I just have a big problem being in the air and watching those needles get close to empty. Empty is that bothers me. Though if I knew the actual fuel quantities on most commercial flights, passenger flights, I would never in a million years ever fly on a commercial flight again, because they literally budget their fuel within the minutes, and they never have more than necessary. On occasion, if the pilot is worried, they'll ask for an extra 20 minutes worth of fuel due to unpredictable weather conditions, but typically when a passenger jet lands, they're about to run out of fuel. Just something about actually seeing it is what bothers me. Like the elevation is 7720. So when we get to right past this peak, it's going to be pretty close to us. We'll start our descent. We'll come down to 9,000 feet. We'll come down to 9,500 feet. Stay 2,000 above the ground. Yeah, we'll descend to 9,500. Alright, so let's set that in. set, cowl flaps closed, power is required, mixture and wrench is required. Okay. Let's get Alamosa tuned in. 113,175. Wait a minute. 135. Wow. Maybe
San
I need
Luis
glasses.
Valley Regional Bergman Field weather. Wind light and variable, visibility 10.
That's good.
Sky conditions 750 broken,
That's not
temperature
good.
2.2. Altimeter 3032.
3032. Sky conditions 750 and broken. That's this mess. We're gonna be right in it until we're pretty much on the ground. Here's that 9,000 foot peak. This one right here. Yep, that's it. We're not going very far. Yeah. As soon as we get to that peak, then we'll start our descent. Start getting ready for landing. Because we're going to be near the Alamosa airspace. Are we even going to be in it? Yeah, we will be. Wait a minute, what's that dotted line? Where's my... Come on. Load. Thank you. Class E airspace. Okay, we don't have to worry about it. Although I need to put that back where it was. There we go. 94, 92. 7,500, 8,000, 7,720. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, weather update. Dang. Just let it settle out. Just one nosed up, so there's a temperature, there's all kinds of differences now.
San Luis Valley Regional Bergman Field weather. Wind light and variable, visibility more than 10. Sky clear, temperature 5, dew point -1. Altimeter 3034.
Instant weather change from broken to clear. Which is fine, because that's going to let us spot the airports. So this is the 9,500 peak. 94, that's 92 right there. We're getting into some turbulence over this little bump and some massive FPS issues. And then all of a sudden it corrects itself. Okay, it was a hiccup. Let's begin our descent. Bring power back. Just for grins to make ourselves more visible, we'll turn the landing light on. close to it. Maybe I should wait until after the fact. 10 miles out, can we see the VOR? Anybody see it? The shadowing, we're having drawing issues. I think that's the VOR right there. I bet my VIN tick is I don't see it. It's probably in the trees. Oh, there it is right there. Yep, there it is. Okay. Cool. Are you going to catch us? 9,500 feet. Okay, you caught us. Good. And bring the power back up a little bit. We're going to keep our speed slow. Get ourselves down to about 120 because we're getting pretty close to landing right over here somewhere in here. We're gonna have to make a low pass over to see the orientation of the runway and figure out the best approach as we get there. And it's only gonna be but just a couple of minutes, and then that's where we're gonna be at. Yeah, it's only 13 miles, so yeah. Make this turn, then I'll take control of the plane, and yeah, I bet right there, actually. Look at that. Is it actually drawn? Somewhere right in here is where the real 5690 Foxtrot crashed. I need to pay attention, I'm almost there. Seconds too early, but that's okay. So it said the elevation is 7,700 feet, am I correct? 7,720, so we need to bring it down. Let's come down to 8,000. In front of us is an airstrip. We gotta figure out where. It's gonna be dirt. It's probably gonna be very poorly marked. The trees are just now coming visible, so we're not gonna see nothing. Joy. Alright. Keep it 1,000 off the ground. We're 1,500 now. little closer to the ground than I want to be. Still don't see no airstrip. Oh, there it is. Right there. How much you want to bet? That's it right there. There's the windsock. Damn. Alright. I got the plane. Shit. First flaps. RPM's up. Fuel mixture up. This is not good. Gear down. Yeah, I'll be dang. That's it right there. Okay, cowl flaps close. Airspeed's 95. We're doing good. Mixture's good. We're on the fullest tank. 3 green. Gears down. First flaps. Bring full flaps. Give me more power. Turn and final. We need to get down. How this plane hangs in the air and how you have to point it to the ground. It really is. Come on, where is it? Where's the field? There it is. Let's get our airspeed back. We got a tree at the end of the runway. 350 feet. Slow it down. This tree, and then we'll come down on it. Okay, now we'll come down. Oh, that was a beautiful landing. That was gorgeous. Don't need to be bouncing this hard. Again, another dirt field that I would never land at in a million years. If it wasn't for the mission generator, it challenges you. Alright. Taxi light on, not that it makes any difference. On a private strip like this. Oof, this is a rough strip. And I got news for HD mesh scenery. These are supposed to be sagebrush, not trees. There are no trees in this valley. Come on. Come on. Having a very hard time maneuvering on this gravel. Just trying to get to the end. There we go. That looks good. Look at this. We made it. Alright. That's open. Let's set the parking brakes. Parking brakes are set. Let's bring the idle back. Throttle kill. Key. Okay, beacon, alternator, battery, and let's kick the cops out. Get out, shoo! And here we are. When we take off again, I'm going to purposely go over the crash site of 56 Foxtrot. Should be about right here. Actually, you know what? Let's just fly over there. We'll just use the zoom feature and see what we find. Just real quick, because I doubt it's even drawn, so let's see what happens. We got to find the highway. There's the highway. Alright, there's the highway coming right here. So when it turns again, right here, okay, so that puts us, yeah, it's not drawn. There's the highway, there's the block. The actual crash site is right here. Yep, it's not drawn. Okay, well, there's that. Thank you, everybody. We're here, another mission with Mission Generator. We're going to continue in northwest pattern. Have a good day. Bye.